They say revenge is a dish best served cold. You may think that serving cold dishes means waiting for the right moment, but actually it's much more than that. It's about the way you serve it. And today's story is the perfect example of that. I thought marriage meant loyalty. Until I found the messages that shattered my world, I believed in love, true love, the kind that novels are written about. I had found it with Sarah, or so I thought. We had our dreams, our plans, our lives intertwined like the roots of ancient trees. But what happens when the vows you hold so dearly are broken? When trust, once your bedrock, turns into a treacherous slide? How do you respond when faced with the shattering realization that the person you love has betrayed you? You might imagine the betrayed spouse lashing out, consumed by a fiery rage. And while the instinct to scream and tear is powerful, sometimes the quietest response can be the most devastating. Silence becomes a weapon, sharper than any accusation, more devastating than any scream. It started on an ordinary Sunday night. The rain was drumming a gentle rhythm against the window pane, creating a peaceful atmosphere that was doing its best to lull me into a false sense of security. Sarah was in the shower. The steam from the running water danced in the dim light filtering through the frosted glass door. Her iPad lay on the nightstand beside the bed, buzzing softly with a notification. I never snooped through her things, never went through her private messages, respecting her privacy more than my own curiosity. But that night, something in me, perhaps that sixth sense every person has, whispered, "Just check it." And when I did, my world cracked open. On the screen were photos of her and another man, their faces blurred, but the intimacy of their embrace clear as day. Hotel bookings, flight tickets, receipts, and then the messages, hundreds of them, all saying the same thing: "I love you, I can't wait to see you, thinking of you." Texts that were never meant for me. My heart hammered against my ribs, threatening to burst free. A million questions roared in my head, but I pushed them down, forcing myself to stay calm. I didn't confront her that night. There was no screaming, no accusations, no tears. I simply smiled, a tight, humorless smile, and kissed her forehead goodnight. For weeks, I played the loving husband, asking about her day, sharing jokes, feigning a normalcy that was a world away from the truth. All the while, I planned, I researched, I prepared for the day I would tell her it was over. I wanted her to remember the vows she broke, the promises she shattered. Our anniversary arrived. She dressed in her favorite red, a bold choice that reflected her spirit. Little did she know that this night, this supposed celebration, would be the last they would ever share. At dinner, I presented her with a small velvet box. She gasped, assuming it was a gift, maybe a piece of jewelry. But when she opened it, her face, so full of life just moments before, turned to stone. Inside the box was a collection of memories, or rather reminders, each one a testament to the lies she had told. The photos I found, the messages, the receipts, all laid out in silent accusation. She whispered, her voice trembling, "It's not what it looks like." But I didn't yell. I didn't scream. I simply slid another envelope across the table. It was our divorce papers. She read, her eyes widening with each passing word. The resolve I had shown in the face of my own pain hardened into a shield against her reaction. I had rehearsed this moment countless times, imagining her sorrow, her pleas, her promises to change. But none of it prepared me for the raw, agonizing display of emotion that followed. She begged, tears streaming down her face. "Please don't do this. I'm sorry. I love you. I don't want to lose you." Her apologies echoed in my ears, but it was too late. I had already lost her the moment she betrayed me. Marriage, I had always believed, is built on trust. And she had buried ours the moment she decided to betray me. I stood up, leaving the untouched food on our anniversary dinner. A sad farewell to a dead relationship. I placed an envelope on the table, more than enough cash to cover the bill. As I walked out into the cool night air, leaving her broken in that restaurant, I felt a strange sense of liberation. She lost more than me that night. We had built a life together, a home filled with laughter, shared dreams and hopes for the future. That life, those dreams were all tossed aside as easily as she had discarded her vows. In that moment of her despair, I found my revenge. I never raised my voice. I didn't stoop to her level. My silence, my calm demeanor in the face of her storm was my revenge. Because when you walk away from someone who doesn't deserve your tears, you win. They lose you. And that, my friends, is the greatest revenge of all.